Hi everybody, my name is Jason. I am from the Yahoo and the Torah channel, and with me I have
Caden,
Eli,
and Jaden.
And we are the gardeners. We are the proud gardeners of the Yahoo and the Torah channel, and we thank you guys for tuning in. And we hopefully have a decent message for you guys tonight. And I have the tribe with me, and it is Shabbat evening, and today was a preparation day. And what are some of the things, guys? We're going to do some impromptu stuff, so let's throw it. What are some of the things we did today for preparation day so that we do not have to work? Okay.
we pre-cut grass for our cows.
Eli.
we made crock pot meals so we don't have to cook.
Okay, give me some details on that.
We just basically cracked like a bunch of eggs into a crock pot, put in some salt, some pepper, some sausages, stirred them all around, and then it'll just cook all around in the morning.
Okay, Jaden.
We got our cow grill cleaned out. We did all our work we need to do today so that we have a good, solid day tomorrow.
And so as sunset was coming around today, we try to keep things, and again, the dogs, we apologize for the dogs. They're always going to be in and around. They're always up to stuff. Before sunset today, we made sure that everything, we prep for the next day. In the Bible, it says that we shouldn't haul water, we shouldn't do some stuff. In fact, in the Bible, in the main scriptures, what are some of the things that we're supposed to do on Shabbat? Jade.
We're supposed to rest. Follow.
Okay, rest. Eli.
We are supposed to read our Bibles.
Okay.
Not work.
Yeah, there's not supposed to be any kind of servile work. We're not supposed to have our servants. We're not supposed to have our family. We're not supposed to have our kids. We're not supposed to have our oxen. What are some of the examples we have of work that people have done in the Bible?
The one guy, when he was outside the camp picking up sticks, and he was picking them up, and the guys saw him picking the sticks up, like, what do we do? And Yahuwah told them, you got to stone the guy breaking the Shabbat day.
Yeah, and so we have several examples in the Bible where Shabbat is an extremely important day to our Creator, where we are reminded that it was, we were not made for the Sabbath, but the Sabbath was made for us. What are some examples in the Bible where our Creator talks about how important of a day this is to Him? Any one of you guys?
He tells us where if we don't keep the Sabbath, He will desolate us in the land, put us into foreign lands, and so He will give the land rest if we do not give the land rest. We must follow the Sabbath day. If we don't follow the Sabbath day, He will make sure it is followed, and His land is rested.
Yeah, and there's a theme in the Bible from the beginning to the end. A lot of it is about obedience, but there's a lot of stuff about Shabbats. Give me some more examples about Shabbats in the Bible. Okay.
Throughout the entire Bible, it was a sign that if you kept the Shabbat, you are Yahuwah's chosen people. Because everyone on those days worked. Everyone on those days outside of the Israel, they would work, they would do all their stuff, they would cook. But if you were truly a Hebrew, you would not work. That was a sign for them throughout all their generations that they keep the Shabbat.
Yeah, absolutely. And so when we keep the Shabbat, we fall under basically it's a mark of our Creator. If you're looking to how to be marked by our Creator, we begin keeping His laws, statutes, and commands by keeping His most important day, which is the Shabbat. And we're always going to have dogs barking and doing things like that, so we're not going to get distracted by that. Guys, so the main topic of this, and why I wanted to have my young men, my sons here with us, is because they are 18 years old. The twins are 18 years old, and the baby of our family is actually 14 years old now. And so he grew up fast. Everybody grew up fast. And so there is a example, and there are some things in the Bible about not getting into situations that you should not get into. And I have to say, these guys have been completely protected all their lives. They have been, they've never been near a girl. They've never kissed a girl. They've never dated a girl. They've never done anything like that. We have shepherded them. We have kept them, and we have brought them to a place where we believe that there is a separation between the holy and the unholy. And when we're talking about a set of people and a number, there's 144,000. And I believe we are in the day and age of the end times. I believe that we are going to see all of this crazy stuff in our lifetime. I believe that things will be separated, and there's some qualifications and things of the 144,000. And I guess this message is, a lot of it is for the kiddos out there, the young people out there, because one of the qualifications of the 144,000 people, one of the main things that we'll read about here in just a second is that you have not been defiled with a woman. And that pretty much eliminates a tremendous amount of people out there. And it is a world that we live in right now that if you turn on the TV at all, you will see nudity, you will see evil, you will see great stuff. And because the eyes are the windows to the soul, it is hard to undo the things that you see. And when we see nudity and the evil that we see on TV, and their kids see this, then they are being harnessed for a world where they are allowed to be promiscuous. And it is very important that in these day and age, especially with the medicine that's going around, is the kids and the options for dating are pretty much over. There is no option for dating if you want to keep your gene pool clean, if you know what I mean. Right now, the gene pool is completely polluted. The entire world has bowed to the system. And so if you are youngsters out there, and I do know that there are youngsters that listen to this, I would like to encourage all of you guys to stay holy, to stay with your dresses down and your pants zipped up, and to never get into these situations where you guys need to believe that you have to be the cool kid or you are pressured into this. And parents, it is your job all the way to the bitter end to keep your kids protected and not let them go to these parties, not let them get into a place where it is inevitable what will happen. And so we have an example in the Bible, and this is where this lesson wants to go, and I'm going to have Eli read this, but there's an example in the Bible of one of our patriarchs, one of our fathers of the times, and he, not only did he stay celibate, not only did he not venture into women, he stayed unadventurous for many, many years. And so we will get into that and find out exactly how many years that is. And let's begin.
In Jubilees 25 here, and in the second year of this week, in this Jubilee, Rivkah called Yaakov her son, and spoke unto him, saying, My son, do not take you a woman of the daughters of Canaan, as Esau, your brother, who took with him 2 women of the daughters of Canaan. And they have embittered my soul with all their unclean deeds, for all their deeds are fornication and lust, and there is no righteousness with them, for their deeds are evil.
So the very first thing is we have the mother of one of our patriarchs. We have Rivkah, who is Rebecca in the English. She is not just reminding, she is politely reminding her son that you need to be pure, you need to be holy, and you need not to take of the women of this area of Canaan. Now Esau went and he took women that were outside of our Creator's tribes, and that is her message. Now not only does she remind him once, but she reminds him 3 times here. Eli, continue on.
And I, my son, love you exceedingly, and my heart and my affection bless you every hour of the day and watch of the night. And now, my son, hearken to my voice, and do the will of your mother, and do not take you a woman of the daughters of this land, but only of the house of my father, and of my father's kindred. You shall take you a woman of the house of my father, and El Elyon will bless you, and your children shall be a righteous generation and a holy seed. And then spoke Yaakov to Rivkah his mother, and said unto her, Behold, mother, I am 9 weeks of years old, and I neither know nor have I touched any woman, nor have I betrothed myself to any, nor even think of taking me a woman of the daughters of Canaan.
Okay, so Eli, that's betrothed is that word, is what we're looking for, and that's married for anyone who doesn't actually know that. And so we have, this is very important. So right here, we have an age right here. And if we are talking a jubilee, which is 50 years, tell me how this works, guys. How does a week work?
So a week is like 7 days.
I know that. How does a week work in a jubilee?
A jubilee is 7, 7, 7. So 49 years plus 1 is a jubilee.
Right. And so if he is, how do we figure out how old he was at this point?
So he said 9 weeks right? The 9 weeks of years, or the 9 weeks of years. So it's 7 times 9.
63.
So that'd be 63 years.
So he's roughly right now, before he ever goes and gets married or any of the sort, or even goes and works for his to-be father-in-law, he's 63 years old. So for those who say, 18 years old, and there's an enormous amount of peer pressure in the world, especially going to public schools, especially out in the public world, where I have completely protected my kids for all this time. So you have to be able to fight through that peer pressure. And if our forefathers did it, and this man was able to stay celibate for 63 years, then I don't see why you guys can't be celibate for 25 years. All right, so let's finish up on this right here.
For I remember, mother, the words of Abraham, our father. For he commanded me not to take a woman of the daughters of Canaan, but to take me a woman from the seed of my father's house and from my kindred. I have heard before that daughters have been born to Laban, your brother, and I have set my heart on them to take a woman from amongst them. And for this reason I have guarded myself and my ruach against sinning or being corrupted in all my ways throughout all the days of my life. For with regard to lust and fornication, Abraham my father gave me many commands. And despite all that he commanded me, these 22 years my brother has striven with me and spoken frequently to me and said, My brother, take to be your woman a sister of my 2 women, but I refuse to do as he has done.
Okay, thank you very much, Eli, for that. Now, as we look through this, we see that his mother is begging him not to take a wife other than somebody who he should. We find out he's 63 years old. Now, this is why we should all want to protect our kids. And kids out there, you guys need to stay holy. If you stay holy, there is a complete shot that you guys are going to make something right here. Now, what we are looking for right here is we are looking at this right here. Verse 1, Revelation 14:1, And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of great thunder. And I heard the voice of Kitharis playing with their kithara. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the 4 living creatures and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000, which were redeemed from the earth. My friends, you guys, you youngsters, are going to be the ones who are redeemed. How do we have a qualification for it? Verse 4 right here. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. So that eliminates pretty much 90% of the world. These are they which follow the Lamb whitherso he goes. These were redeemed from among men, being first fruits unto Elohim and to the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of Elohim. Guys, so this is it. And this is the main point of this entire thing, is that for those who still have the ability to stay undefiled, I encourage you with everything that I have to stay undefiled. Gentlemen, as we wrap this up, what is your world like? Are you guys prepared to make it to 63 years old without ever getting married? Are you good with this?
If that's what Yahuwah wants, we got to go with his will.
And so it's going to be a lonely path down these roads.
Well, Yahuwah has his timing for everything.
That's true, Eli. You don't have too much to wait for. You got another 4 years before you even turn 18. These guys are 18. And the world of shopping for a holy, Torah-keeping, unmedicated woman is pretty much a rare thing these days. All right, gentlemen, do you guys have anything else? Cade?
Stay holy. Stay holy. Read your Bibles.
Eli?
Yeah, just be holy.
In all you do, in the way you think. How do you be holy? What is the way to be holy?
You are righteous, and righteousness following Yahuwah's Torah.
How do you be righteous? If you just told somebody to be righteous, what does that mean? How would you become righteous, Jade?
Basically, you start by following Elohim and what he commands you. You follow his law, his Torah.
Okay, so what does that mean to people that have no idea what that means?
So
what is his law?
The first 5 books of the Bible are his law. And
Which are the first 5 books of the Bible?
Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. That is called the Torah. Those are the books he gave us and commanded us laws. There's many laws to follow and many things to understand and learn, and we have to follow each of them as he says to follow them.
Eli, I thought the laws of God were on the cross.
Yeshua said that he had not come to destroy the law or the prophets, but he came to fulfill them. He said, "Not one jot or one tittle of the Torah shall pass away, until heaven and earth pass away."
Not one jot or tittle of the Torah will be gone until heaven and earth pass away. That is correct. Caden, how's our diet look? Why did we have any pork chops tonight?
No,
Why not?
because that is an unclean animal to our Creator. That is an abomination to Him.
That's not. Well, here's the gig: is Peter had this dream, and in this dream, all the unclean animals came down, and after that dream, he was able to go and eat pork chops because they no longer carry the bacteria which kills man.
Well, Peter had a dream, and he was indeed told to eat these unclean animals. But then these men came to his door, and this angel said, "Go with them." And he went with them, and he understood. And then this time that after Yeshua had died, that it
What
was...
do you mean, these guys? Peter was a Yahudim. He was a Jew. Who were these guys?
These guys are Gentiles. These guys are like Romans.
What's the oral Torah of hanging out with Jews and Gentiles?
You were not supposed to be with them. You're supposed to basically like burn them with fire. There's a lot of hate towards anti-Jew people.
Do we keep the oral Torah?
No.
What is the oral Torah?
It is Babylonianism.
Where'd it come from?
Babylon. When the Jews came out of the tribe of Judah came out of Babylon, they had taken a whole bunch of new laws from Babylon, and so they had a whole new separate law guide, and it was very wicked books they had now.
All right. So if somebody wanted to be saved, Eli, how would somebody be saved?
So they need to believe in Yeshua.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
So for Elohim to love the world, they gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall have everlasting life. If we believe in him, if we follow him and do as he says, if we know that...
Who's he? Do what as who says?
As Yeshua and Yahuwah say.
Are they the same people?
No.
Why aren't they the same people, Cade?
Because Yahuwah is one. He is one alone, and he is a jealous father. He does not tolerate other worship other than himself.
Yeah, but Jesus said, "I am." That means he's the same as God.
When he said "I am," he was just clearly saying he was around back in the days. He was not saying "I am that I am."
So if they're not the same person, then who is the Messiah? Why do we need to believe in the Messiah? What is his purpose?
The Messiah is the Son of our Creator, Yahuwah. And
What is his purpose?
And he was created to take away the sins of this world, that we can get into the Shamayim, that we no longer have to make sacrifices, we no longer have to slaughter animals, because if we were still slaughtering animals, it would be a bloodbath. And Yahuwah does not delight in sacrifices. He delights in our obedience and our righteousness.
Nobody can keep the Torah, Jade. Nobody can keep the Torah. Why are you're acting like you're righteous just for even trying to keep the Torah? Your works are not going to get you into heaven.
Works will not, but you show your belief by doing these works, and by following someone that shows that you have faith in them. It shows that you believe them. So you got to do these things and have forgiveness for breaking them, because when you break them, you have the death penalty of the Torah. But with Yehoshua, we have a chance to get eternal life.
Guys, by keeping the law, are you saved?
And no, you have to have both. You can't have one or the other.
I'm going to trick you guys up. How was Abraham saved then?
His righteousness, it was counted unto righteousness as him. When he believed, it was counted unto righteousness as him.
So prior to the Messiah, were we saved by the righteousness works?
Before the Messiah was around, they were doing sacrifices. They were believing in Yahuwah.
Did they make sacrifices before Moshe?
Yes.
Yes. Because Noah got off the ark and he did a sacrifice.
All right, guys. Anything else?
Have a good Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom.
Yeah, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Much love from the Boss Clan, and I hope you guys are doing well. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
But